Hi everyone, this is Renee from MeadowlarkMystic, and I am doing a video on an announcement that I'm making on my channel. I'm opening up an Etsy shop. If this doesn't interest you, then you probably won't want to watch this video, because I'm talking about tarot at the very end, but that's pretty much what this video is about. So for those of you interested, I have been kind of immersed in the sacred feminine, and I've never really had a strong relationship to divinity as an adult. I mean, I was raised in Methodist church, but it was more a cultural thing. You know, I went to be with my grandparents. Anyway, so I've been doing collage for a while. You've seen it when I've been doing my journals. And then I did this piece, which just kind of came out of, I don't know where it came from, but she came through the art in such a powerful way that I was really surprised. I'm sorry the camera is shaking, but I have to hold it this whole time. She came through in such a powerful way, and the process was very, you know how when people say that the words for the book, you know, just kind of came to them? I heard the author of the Poison Bible say that, where the characters just kind of stepped forward and like they were real people, and the words just kind of came tumbling out. Well, that's kind of how I felt, and I'm still feeling about this kind of divine feminine journey that I'm on. As I said, I've never really felt this in communion with any kind of divinity before. So she was the very first piece that I did. And after I finished her, it was as though a door was opened with my relationship to divinity, and also my art. So this piece is entitled Mary of the Sorrow and Love, and it's collage, obviously. So I was just going to show my original art pieces. They're actually not in order. I meant to put them in order, but they're not. But she is the very first piece that I did. And then this is Ariadne. I'm trying to pull back a little bit so you can see the full piece. And this is called She of the Burning. And then this one is called Felicity. I guess I'll just leave her there. She of Creation. She's holding like a globe of creation, and then she's got like butterflies coming out of her hands. And then this is Astrid. And she's got a lot of moons, and stars, and sky, and another moon. Astrid of the Magical Path. This is a Dama. Get a little closer. Adama, she of the harvest and cull. This piece is entitled Dove. She of the silver compassion. You can see the little doves there. And these are 9x11s, but obviously that's not what you're going to be seeing in my shop. This is one of my newest ones. This is Octavia. There's a shadow from me because the light's above me. She of the Sacred Question. Goes all the way down to there. This is one of my favorites. This is my newest piece. This is Chessa, She of the Bright Sun. Now sometimes when I scan these images, often when I scan these images, the whole piece does not get onto the plaque because the plaques are pretty small. This was one of the first pieces I did. When I, I'll just leave it at that. This is Sophia. Let me get really close so you can see her face. Sophia, She of the Deep Wisdom. It's not really in focus. Okay, there. And this is Mariposa, She of the Joyful Path. There's something about them wearing a veil. Is it a veil? Not a veil. Covering on their heads. I don't know why. This is Hope, She of the Hopeful Ray. No, the Ray of Hope, She of the Ray of Hope. It seemed really important to me. So. This is Dahlia, She of Abundance. And this is the Maiden. This is Mary as a girl. I'm going to go a little closer so you can see her face. She has a tear. This is She of the Premonition. And then the last piece is this one, and this is Sybil, She of the Hard Place. Okay, so that's all the original art that I've done so far. These are the beads that I use for some of the pieces. Now I'm going to pivot. I'm going to try to go slow. I'm going to show you the pieces that I've finished that I'm going to list in my Etsy shop. So here they are. I'm going to pull back so you can see them, and then I'm going to come closer. So these are all the pieces that I'm going to be listing in my shop. And now I'm going to kind of come closer. So I've got several different types of backing. So I've got wooden plaques, which are these. Like this is a huge one. And they're painted, and they have little, like, some of them have, well, most of them have little leather hangers in the back. And then I also have this style, which is like balsam board, has a little just plastic hanger, and it's much lighter. And then I also have this, which is a canvas with just rough painted back, and then a little hanger. This one's actually been painted. I put some leaves on the side. And then I've got some of the wooden plaques, like this one, have some gold on them. And then some of them don't. So this is one that doesn't. Again, this is Octavia, she of the Sacred Question. And then some of them have crystals. This is Felicity, she of Abundance. Oops, the camera is not going to focus. She's got some crystals at the top. And if it has crystals on it, I tell what the crystals are in the back. The piece that has the most crystals would be this one over here. And this, again, is Sybil, she of the Hard Place. She's got crystals around to this point, and then on the bottom, they're just beads. The top are crystals, and then I tell you what crystals they are. So all of this is my original art that I have attached to these custom painted wooden plaques and then decoupaged over top and then sometimes glued. So here's an example. You can see this is just a plain hope. She of the Ray of Hope. Sorry, I'm really bad at doing this. It's just a black wooden, and then this is not black, it's like kind of a dark blue, but it has a bunch of crystals on the top, glued onto the top. And it's not painted on the back. Sometimes, I mean, I tried really hard to paint them, but sometimes when I was first getting started, I didn't. And then I've got some where I put some like gold on the canvas. So this one you can see has kind of gold around the sides. This is Mariposa. And then I also did a gold around the lavender edges of Sophia, this one. And this is that balsam, just the balsam board. So that is what I've been spending a ton of time on, because all of these come, well, I can just show you. All of these just come like this, wood, just plain wood. So then I have to sand them and paint them and attach the backs and then print out the art and then attach it, and it takes a lot of time, but you know, it's interesting. I feel like it just was downloaded into my brain, the art, and it's still coming. So I think that over the long haul, I'm going to be creating an oracle deck, because each of these divine feminine pieces have a lot of ideas and feeling states that go with them. So yeah, I think it's just going to keep going. But in the meantime, I wanted to share my creations with those of you who are interested. I'm just going to walk over here. So in terms of tarot, I'm doing this one-handed, so I gave a reading to someone as a thank you. And usually I will pick the deck, but I let her pick, and she wanted the Rider Waite. So I used my custom colored Rider Waite Smith to give her a reading, and it was a great reading. I don't usually read with the Rider Waite Smith. I have a lot of decks, and I usually choose to read with a different deck. But she really wanted this deck because she's kind of a traditionalist, and it was really fun reading with it. It kind of gave me a new appreciation for the Rider Waite Smith. And I colored this deck because I really like Carol Hertzer's decks, but I can't afford those. So I just tried to color this one. It was fun. It's done with colored Sharpies. You do have to be really careful about the underlying color. because you can't just color it whatever color you want. That's why the swords are blue for air, because you can't make yellow the dominant color, and then the cups are pink because the swords are blue. But it's easy for me to read with this deck, even though the colors might be a little strange at first. So yeah, I just wanted to share. I was having a little love affair with the Rider Waite, and then I've been so busy with my Etsy shop that's not open yet. I mean, I have one thing listed, but that I have not been able to do a bunch of art in here. So I just actually transitioned to a new art journal, and I did this June collage yesterday. It was interesting going back to just doing like landscape collages without central figures. It was really fun because it just felt more like just kind of playful. So that's my June collage, and here's my super sparse setup. I didn't do a reading for the lunar eclipse new moon because we were traveling on this day. So for my 2 readings for this month, I just have the summer solstice over here and the full moon, which is on the 24th. So that is gonna do it for me. I do now have, or I'm going to have, my email address underneath this video. So if you're interested in purchasing these, they are going to be listed on my Etsy shop. They can be custom ordered. It does take me a while to do it, so it's definitely not fast. These are all hand done, so just keep that in mind. You know, a machine is not doing this. I'm doing this. So, you know, it's it looks like a person did it. You know, it's handmade, and I hope that that's part of the beauty for people. But precision is not, is not one of the things you're going to get, but a lot of beauty, I think. One of the ones I actually didn't share was this one. This is based on a collage. You might recognize it for one of my journal entries, and this is Petunia, She of the Deep Waters. I really liked her, so I just decided to do one. So yeah, that'll about do it for me. I'm sorry that the camera's all wiggly woggly and not in focus for a lot of it, but I just wanted to share. It's really exciting and pretty terrifying for me, but I've been working really hard, and I'm going to be listing it. I hope that it's of interest to some of you, and I will talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.